Hi, thank you for joining Pioneer. My name is Aaron Pence. I'm from the Norman Central Public Library. I appreciate you spending a few minutes with me today. For the next few days, I want to show you guys how to get started using one of my very favorite computer programs. It's called Scratch. Scratch is a computer programming language. It is a great way to work on your technology education while you are stuck at home for the next few days. It is free, it is easy to get to online. This whole set of videos, is intended for kids and families who want to work on this stuff, whether separately or together. But don't let that fool you into thinking that this is just a tool for kids. Scratch is a lovely, full-on computer programming language. They use it to teach computer science in Stanford's Introduction to Computer Science course. It's lovely. I am at least technically a grown-up, and I love using it. It's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy coming with me on the journey. Today, we're going to go through how to make your own Scratch account or how to get started using Scratch. That is our whole goal today. If we can get that done, then in the following videos on the coming days, we can start talking about how to actually do some stuff in Scratch. Super cool. For those of you that I'm already friends with, this is my dining room. You're actually looking at a place where I do a lot of my work at home. Sitting right behind my head is a sunflower that's from my grandmother. I miss her, but it's an easy way for me to remember her. You can also see behind me some remnants of my kids' last art show. So anyway, welcome to my home. It wouldn't be normal for you to sit on my dining room table, but there you are, and it's great to see you. Scratch is a great way to learn how to program a computer or to make your own video games. It's a great thing to do if you are stuck inside and need something fun to do on a screen, or if you like pretty colors. If you're not into any of those things, if you don't want a computer program, Scratch is really not a good tool for you. But the internet has lots of great cat pictures. I promise. You can go find them. To get to Scratch, the website is, you can see it at the top of my screen right now, scratch.mit, like Massachusetts Institute of Technology.edu. Whenever you go there, you aren't going to notice at first, but you are presented with three different options. There are three different ways you can interact with Scratch. Those are by creating a login, by using the offline editor, or by just doing stuff. Those all have their pluses and minuses. The one I'm going to use is the first one, where I have a login and I'm going to sign into it. The reason to do that, and you can create a login by clicking the Join Scratch button at the top of your screen. The reason to do that is because you want to be able to create things and save them online, and you want to be able to share them online. The tips that I'm giving you here are not tips that are just for Scratch. These are good ideas anytime you sign up for anything on the internet. Number one, when you make a username, your username should not be your real name. Even Scratch even tells you right there on the screen, don't use your real name. So a good username for me is not Aaron Pence from Norman. That is not a good username. A good username might be something like Mr. Banana Feet. Next, you need to create a password. A password, really, the big thing on a password is you need to make it long. A good password is never the word password. A good password is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are easy passwords to guess. But a good password might be something like, the street I live on is totally secret. That's a pretty good password. It's really, really long. It's also going to ask you to type the password again a second time. So I'm going to pass it again. I said I'm going to pass it again. I'm going to type it again. And then I'm going to click next. Now it asks you what country you live in. Just select, in case you need to know, United States of America is at the very top of that list. It asks me when I was born. I'm going to go ahead and put that I was born in July of 1998. Totally true. It asks for your gender. I'm going to put in that I'm a boy, but you can answer this question however you want, including prefer not to say. And then the last thing that it asks you is for an email address. This is a big step here too. Please go ask your parents if you can use their email to do this. You may have your own email account, and your parents may be okay with you using your email account for this. That's totally fine. But those are good discussions you need to have with your parent before you start doing this. I wouldn't just go put in an email out there on the internet without asking my folks first. So ask your parents if it's okay for you to use your email address. As long as it is, then go ahead and put it in here. You can check this box if you want to receive newsletters from Scratch people. I don't, so I'm just going to click Create My Account. As soon as I'm done, yay, Mr. Banana Feet, I've got my own login. Super cool. When I click Get Started, it takes me back here to this front screen. Now, real quick, you will notice at the top it says confirm your email to enable sharing. What that means is if you want to share your projects, your computer programming projects, after you're done making them, you're going to need to go into your email, check the email they sent you, say it's actually you, and then say it's okay to confirm. After that, you'll be able to share stuff online. I'm not going to do that step right now. It's going to be a little bit different for each of you, but your parents can help you do it if you put in your parents or your email on that last screen. I also promised you there were 2 other ways for you to use Scratch, and here they are. Number 1 is back at that very front Scratch screen, so I'm going to sign out right here. In the top right, I just clicked on my icon and I signed out. At the very bottom of the screen, on this front Scratch screen, you will notice something that says download. This is a good option if you don't want to create your own account or if you don't have great internet access. The download button will let you get the Scratch program on your computer, and then you can just use it anytime. You can even save your work. The only downside about downloading it like this is you can't share things online. Your stuff is stored on your computer. It's called locally. Your stuff is stored locally on your computer instead of in the cloud on the internet. So you can't share things and you can only get to them from that computer. But download is an awesome option if you're worried about your internet access or if you don't use internet every time you use the computer or a whole host of other reasons. You can get there by clicking the download button here at the bottom. The other thing that you can do is you can just get in and start using Scratch. It took me about 5 minutes to tell you. You can just use Scratch. You don't need to make an account at all. I do make an account. I like being able to save my stuff, but you don't have to. If you just want to use Scratch, you can click the Create button up here in the top right corner, just like this, and it's going to take you to this window here where, congratulations, you're making Scratch. It even has tutorials right there for you to use. Super, super cool. That's step 1 on how you use Scratch. That's also the end of what I wanted to tell you about in this very first video. There are other videos that you can look at that will get you started on your Scratch adventure. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to learn how to change and add what are called sprites. And then pretty soon after that, we're going to be learning how to code those sprites to make them move. Thanks a lot. See you next time.